Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I am, oh, damn it, I'm 1 minute late. I apologize. You're gonna get on me about that, aren't you? I know it. I'm gonna hear it from somebody. Somebody's gonna let me know that I'm late. Yes, they are. That's okay. Hope everybody's night was well. I am Darkpool Algo. Welcome to another Morning Watches building session. Oh man. Jeez, we have a little bit of news to get through, and I think that's, I'm going to give it another second. Hold on, I got to readjust some things here. I was just screwing around with my Webull platform. I realized they finally got TTM Squeeze in there. It's kind of super excited about that. Let's see what we got here. That's loading. Got some commodities info. Twitter post. Let's say good morning chat. Let's see if anybody showed up. Morning chat. Usually Johnny would be here by now. All right. So I'm going to wait a second until I see somebody pop in. That'll give me a little bit more time to kind of finish what I was working on, which is getting my Webull charts fixed up because like it or not, they've got a pretty solid mobile platform, right? Pretty solid, if I do say so myself. I think if I adjust this 80x to 10, and this length at 8, nine and 3. But 9 and 3? Is it 3 and 9 and 13? That's pretty close. Okay. All right. So, what's up, Andrea? Good morning. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Oh. So I was super excited yesterday. The boy Laz showed up. I was really happy about that. I really wish that man the best in life. I hope that things start working out for him. He's probably one of the best people I've ever met. So a big shout out to Laz. Hopefully he can, hopefully some good opportunities will come his way and he can get back to joining us every day. I really do hope so because he is a solid dude. All right. Let's get into it, shall we? What do we have? Coupa Software upgraded to outperform from inline at Evercore and raised their price target to 140 from 75. That's a big deal. They doubled their price target. Huge. They're going to get big moves off of that. Plus, they've got uptrending 5,200. They're still below their 50 days. So safe move above 115 for that move up to 130, 135. Pretty decent. Okay. Pretty decent move overall. Let me get this posted into the chat over here. Wow. Double up. Hold on. There. Double up. Okay. HPQ shares are up 14% after it disclosed that Berkshire Hathaway bought 11.1 million shares of common stock on April 4th in a total transaction of 398 million, boosting Berkshire's stake to about 10%. Right? That's a big move too. Big move. Boosted them up over the 5,200, smacked them right up to the weekly top. You guys think these kelps are not powerful? Weekly top, pullback, gap down. I mean, it's got a lot of positive happening. Can this momentum continue through the day? I would look for support around 37.50 ISK, right? Maybe 38. Yeah, let's look at 38 as support. If we were to draw a fib from this high, right, to the low, 50% retracement puts us at the 250 cross day, right? That 37.66, that would be a nice pullback. So yeah, anywhere from 38.41, just basically this 4-hour top weekly cloud. Look for a pullback to there, right? Especially if we have a down market day, and look for continued strength in that. I need to make a note of this because I want, what I've not done is I have not followed through HPQ for fib retrace rally. Okay. All right. And healthcare, which is interesting because healthcare was up yesterday, but there's no news coming out. Okay. Vapo, which is Vapotherm, withdrawing its previously announced annual revenue, gross margin, operating expenses, and adjusted guidance for Forward 22 based on what appears to be diminishing virulence of COVID-19, as well as reduction of seasonal hospitalization patterns related to flu and RSV in Q1. Interesting. That's a big hit. It takes a lot for a company to be like, oh, we need to withdraw our guidance. Yeah. Anyway, as far as the downside, I mean, they're at monthly. This is a monthly bottom, 976. Below that, and they free fall. There's nothing there to support them as far as the Keltners go, right? They'll be busting out at the bottom of the monthlies, which is unheard of. But if it does, then it's difecta. Shorts are going to flood the stock. Okay. All right. SoFi. Talk about failed opportunity. Talk about failed just potential, right? You know, you get, I don't know if you guys, your parents were like, you've got so much potential as a kid. Talk about failed potential. SoFi cuts their 22 revenue view to 1.47 billion from 1.57, below the estimated 143, lowers their 22 adjusted EBITDA to 100 million from 180, says guidance result of Biden's directive to extend the federal student loan payment moratorium from May 1st till August 31st, right? Do I need, you know what? I need to hit Johnny real quick and be like, bro, where you at? Because he hits me when I'm not there. I need to hit him, be like, bro, you cool? I mean, you guys don't need to see my personal Twitter stuff at all. Guess what? Where's he at? Oh, where are you? I have two imposters on Twitter. Okay. Two things. One, I will not reach out to you to initiate a conversation if we've not started a conversation before. Okay. I'm not going to read. I don't have time to go through my Twitter list to find people to reach out to. So, if you follow me on Twitter and we haven't already had a conversation, and somebody reaches out to you, it's not me. Okay. Not me at all. And my name is Mike, right? So if you see somebody that's like, oh, with a non-classically plain name, right? It's not me. Don't fall for anything. Please, 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 please. I will never initiate a conversation with you until you start one with me first. Okay? All right. So so we have lots of events today too. So we got to get this up. We need to hurry. I'm a little slacker right now. Shell PLC said it expects to book accounting charges of up to $5 billion in Q1 related to its decision to exit Russia's operations, including joint ventures with energy giant Gazprom in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. I don't know. That's a lot of money. 5 billion. I couldn't trade this. It's just too sporadic for me. All right. Here we go. This is where the main news is going to affect today. Okay. Consumer news. Ford and Dana Corp downgraded to equal weight from overweight at Barclays. Okay. Ford targets 17 from 23, Dana 18 from 24, saying investors are still underestimating risks to autos and auto parts sector. Good morning. Yeah. Electrical vehicle shares, Tesla, Rivian, Nikola, Lucid, ChargePoint, Blink, etc. After the Biden administration says senior officials held a meeting with Tesla and GM bosses to discuss electric vehicles and charging. Do you think somebody knew? Like GM's waiting for that divergence to pop. May happen today, may happen tomorrow, but Tesla's in the news. Tesla's going to get a little popper. Blink's about the only decent looking stock out of that group. I'm not even, well, maybe Lucid. Remember when I was a big Lucid fan? I still am. I just want it back above the 200 day, right? Back above 30. I'd be a player. Do I want to, between buying this and buying Mara? Because I'm buying one of the two tomorrow. I mean, Mara looks pretty good. I mean, they're both pretty much the same. All right. That's a coin flip. All right. Genius Sports. Y'all remember trading Genius? The shares rose after hours on reports that NFL is now the largest American owner of equity in Genius Sports as it controls 7.7% of the business after $4.25 million in warrants were vested last week. Wayfair downgraded to underweight from equal weight, cut target to 100 from 110 at Wells Fargo. In the sector note, turning more cautious on housing impacted retailers is cut target on HD to 350 from 400. Low got downgraded, right? Low is 260 from 295, right? Too bad too, because look at that sucker go. What is that? What did I LD? Lead subindex total return ETN. What is this? Is this one of those you just buy and hold on to? Anyway, Lowe's price target is cut too. Lowe was on a rip though. Like it was trying to move. Today's gonna be bloody. Costco, I guess they had earnings. March sales resulting. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Let's go back in time, shall we? Let's go back to when all of this started. I like leaving these up because I like seeing that, hey, I mean, it kind of went my way. And then now, we are in trifecta boom mode. Some notes here. That's so crazy. Yesterday would have been the day for Costa to get in, right? As the market was falling, it was rising, right? To find those outperformers. Any pullback on Costco to 590, 592 would be a good opportunity to get in. This thing's going to continue to move. Wow, that's crazy. Good earnings, already up, right? Is that a new all-time high? It is, right? 595. Costco breaks 595. It launches. So keep an eye on it. All right. In world news, Fed speakers today include Bullard, Bostic, and Evans. In the U.S. will get to release initial claims and consumer credit data. Bull bear spread in American Association of Individual Investors weekly survey was negative 16.7 versus 4.4% last week. Bulls fall to 24% versus from 31. Neutrals down 33 from 40, and bears are up 41 from 27. Are we? Yeah, let's go on AMD. Italy Prime Minister Draghi said that a gas embargo is not yet on the table, and I don't know if it ever will be. If there is consensus of banning gas imports, happily to comply. Fed members broadly agree in FOMC meetings that monthly caps about $60 billion from Treasury securities and of about $35 billion for agency MBSs would likely be appropriate. Many participants said that one or more of the 50 BPS increases in the target range could be appropriate at forthcoming meetings if inflation pressures remain elevated or intensified. Pelosi announced she'll be visiting Taiwan this weekend. So Samsung, let's go. She always knows. Follow that lady. She's a better trader than anybody in the world. Japan, Kishida is also attending with the plan to exchange views on Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the human rights situation in China. While, what are they really doing over there? What's Pelosi really going to do? She's checking out what's really happening in manufacturing, right? That lady makes moves. Watch what she does. She ain't no joke. All right. Wow, that's huge. Hold on, you're gonna like go, oh my gosh, at this news. Let me just get it separated out here a little bit. Oh well, we have lots of stuff. All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta go turn that fan off. Okay. Sorry, that was really loud. After another volatile day on Wall Street, Wall Street Wednesday, no, Wu-Tang Wednesday, y'all, which saw huge swings higher and lower, finishing firmly negative on a second day. U.S. futures are stabilizing slightly higher, back above the key 200-day moving average. It's absolutely true. Oil prices advanced after more than a 5% decline yesterday to settle below 97 a barrel. Treasury yields downtick slightly, and the 10-year stands at 2.58%, below recent 3-year highs. Weekly jobless claims are the main economic data point today at 8:30, which is in about 10 minutes. Estimated 200,000, which is below the 202 from last week. Okay. In Europe, Ukraine president said a new package of Western sanctions against Russia was too lenient, as he accused Russian forces of seeking to destroy evidence of killings in areas under their control. The U.S. dollar advanced to a fresh new 2-year high, as investors react to details of minutes from the Fed Reserve's March policy meeting. Now, listen. Fed governors essentially agreed to reduce the central bank's $9 trillion balance sheet by $1 trillion a year, selling $95 billion in assets to the market each month. Okay. They're not buying, they're selling. Okay. While moving quickly to raise interest rates, 50 BPS hike possibly at May meeting to ease the fastest domestic inflation rates in 40 years. I mean, there's a part of me that is like, hey, I know somebody that is banned from Twitter that if it was allowed back into Twitter that could probably make enough shake and bake to help get us out of this mess that we're in. All I know is that when certain people used to tweet, the market was healthy, especially for being in a pandemic. Okay. In Asian markets, the Nikkei index dropped 1.69%. I do not personally support anybody in politics. I don't have a side. From a personal standpoint, I don't personally like any of them. From a business standpoint, some are better than others. Pelosi, she's just phenomenal in trading stocks, right? Other things, maybe not so much. Yeah, that's why we don't get into politics on this show. Okay. Nikkei index dropped 1.69%. Bay, you've been down 3 days. What's going on? Seriously. 3-day drops, not good. Shanghai fell 1.42. Hang Seng 1.23. The DAX is down 80, and FTSE was a little changed. Okay, eco calendar for today. We have some things happening. Unemployment claims in 8 minutes. Right, FOMC Bullard, who is hawkish at 9, okay, before the market opens. So lots of pre-market reaction. Yellen's going to come in at 10, right as we hit natty gas storage. Those are at 10:30. Okay, 3 p.m. we have consumer credit, and then that's pretty much it. Now, earlier I said Bullock, Bostic, and Evans. I don't see them on here, right? Consumer credit is the other one. So before the close, but I don't see it. Retail sales were down in Europe, Halifax, HPI, leading investors. Okay. Maybe it's tomorrow. Why would they do it on a Friday though? Yeah. I agree with that. Well, I'm just going through and seeing if I can find. Okay. Let's look at our futures. For the 4 o'clock hour got pop, lock, and drop in it. Gold, crude, bond, ZB, which I thought was... So the initial thesis this weekend was that they're going to purchase bonds while they're selling, right? They're going to sell, what was it? That's crazy. All right. All right. I just had to share that news. If they don't like it, then oh well. They can deal with it. Key 200-day moving averages on the 3-minute are all being tested across the board. Okay. If we hold, right, lower time frames, right, are a symptom of the sickness of the upper time frame. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? I don't have it. I need to hurry through this part. Whoa. All right. Oh, is he? Okay. All right. There it is in living color. We opened below the 200, right at the 21 though. Okay, so if we close below the 21 and the 200, then I think we get a couple more days of chop or potentially downturn. This is right. Okay, I can get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's throw some fresh fibs up here so that we can see what's really cracking, okay? 50% retrace. right? From this high to this low, right, is where we came down and kissed, right? So from the current run, the pullback to the 618, right, is about $2 off from yesterday's lows. Okay. Below that, we have a 382 from previous high to previous low. We also have a snow line. We also have a 50% retracement of this current run. Do we get down below the 50 and do we wick down and touch this area here and close above the 50-day? Very possibly. That would be a pretty significant move down today. Contrarian, which would be bullish. This doji is a perfect 50% retracement. We may consider this a 618 because it's within literally a couple dollars on a $4,500 equity with a couple dollars, so we're pretty good. So could we hold the 21? That's the test of time. Do we hold the 21 today and get back above the 200 and move up to around 45.38? Or do we fail and come back and test the 50-day or potentially this snow line here? We'll find out early, right? We start making new lows. So below 44.55, I've got 44.40, right? That was the key level yesterday that we almost hit. Below that, we've got our 50-day at 44.20. And then if this is a downside target, 43.80, 43.71, right? That would be pretty significant, right? We've got a confluence of fib levels there. And here. So these snow lines are tied to some significant fib levels. Okay. From a 4-hour perspective, trend wise, big, right? Big decision there. Look at that clean 50% retrace. So we're trying to hold up the skyline to snow line, right? We're trying to come this MACD or this 21-day curling back up and around. We are still above the 200, below the 50, right? This isn't that bad of a look, right? We can chop, right? Very easily chop between these two levels here, right? Which is 44.75, 45.40. Uh-oh. No. Crap. The worst thing that could happen is we chop between 4,500 and 44,444, right? I don't know how many times I said 4444444 the last couple of days, but I've said it and we've been holding it. So there is a chop zone right there. 30-minute perspective, right? I just draw the fib levels. I don't manipulate them. It's pretty significant, right? All right, we overtook the 30-minute 2150 crossover, which is good. Nice little rally up, pop up, rejected. We got stuffed at 44. So we got stuffed to that level, right? If we can fight our way back up to it and through it, retest to 200-day. That would be a big up move for today, right? Really big up move. 21 rejection, 21 crossover, 50 rally up, back test it for support, up, back test it for support, right? Double test of the 50-day snow line or skyline. I think we're going to be bullish for the ES, right? At least maybe up until FOM. No, wait. Let's see what they say. Unemployment claims should be down. Bullish. Boom. Shaka-laka-laka-laka-laka-laka. All right, we're going to get a pop off of that. Okay, moving on. Let's look at the... All right, checking out the NQ, which is, in my opinion, this was a great move down. This is a good pullback, healthy. We closed above the 21, open below it. That's fine as long as we close above the 21 today. Then we can look at up moves back up. Okay. From a fib perspective, let me just show you what this level is right here. See that 618? That 618 is from low to this high, right? 618 retracement, beautiful. Held the 21, held the 50. I think we get an update on tech as well. Let's look at our 4-hour and see what it's showing us, right? Pretty nasty move down in the last couple days, right? We knew that this was happening, right? As we played the downside move. I would like to see the 21 start curling back up and around. We have not retested it yet, so we can get an update or retest the 21. If we get rejected, then we're going to have to look at maybe, a further downside support of the 200-day, right? 618, 50%, skyline. I don't think that we hit 13,850. If we do, that's a big mess, especially since we have this 200-day rising up to meet us. Okay. So from a 30-minute perspective and to what I'm looking at for today, very similar to the ES where we cracked back above the 50, right? Up above it, back test, up, back test, holding, and we got a 2150 crossover. So this is a bullish crossover. Sorry, the 21 EMA 50-day. Now, I know fibs are powerful, but these tree lines are even more powerful, right? Massive support at 14.44444, right? So look to make a move back up to this 14.813. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me draw it out for you and show it what it looks like. Contrarian, and we'll know it really quickly, is if we break this tree line, right, at 14.444, right? If we break that line, then we know what's going to happen. Something along these lines here. I hope it's not as exaggerated as this. There's the path for the day. This 200 will get flat as we come up. Okay. Contrarian, the downside, this is what that looks like. We would you would fail down this way, something like that. ISK, right? All right, just keep an eye on 30 minutes, okay? All right, let's look at the dead Dow is what I'm thinking I'm going to call it. Really? Are you serious? What, dude? Come on now. All right, the dead Dow is what I'm calling this because it failed to overtake its 200-day. It did rallied up. We back tested. We held the 50-day. We also held this 618 retracement from this low to this high. If I grab this fib and go here, there. If we use this one, we can call it good, right? So what we're looking for now with the Dow, right? We are looking to hold this 50-day, cross back up above the 21, and make our move back up to point of control and the 200-day, okay? If for some reason we break the 50, I don't know what's going on with this chart, but it's irritating me. There you go. I like that FIB level better, to be honest with you. All right, same kind of deal, right? Same deal. Held the FIB level retracement. We got the 200 way down here. If we make a new low, 34,179, we go 33,930. The 618 retracement should hold as we try to fight back towards the 21. We start getting closes above the skyline and retesting the 50-day, right? Things can get kind of bullish. I'd like the 21 to come down, curl up and around, get us up above this skyline at 34,559. Looks as if though point of control is printing at about 34,700. 4 hour, 3 weeks or whatever, right? So that's a good target level to the upside with some wicks up to test the 50-day. Okay, we get back above this 50-day at 34,800, then we move up to 35,140. Okay. All right, the red-headed Russell. All right, a little concerned that we 618 retrace, right? See this move here? From low to high. How did I wait a minute, I did that wrong. My sad, let me fix that. There we go. Muy better, much better. So we just fell through this 382 at 2,000 that we touched yesterday is the last line in the sand. If we close below it, then we're back to downtrending. This is a downtrend. Uptrend, pullback, uptrend, downtrend, failure, downtrend. Okay. We've got some work ahead of us. I like the 2038 level. We start getting some closes above 2028. 2038 is that tree line. We get some closes above that. Then this snow line is a magnet, as well as this purple line that I drew for some reason. I can't remember what it was. Might have to remove it. All right. 4 hour gave up the 200. That's luckily the daily 382 retracement is there. We have to fight to get back above the 50% retracement. Like there is going to be a fight in the Russell today. Okay. Could it consolidate and chop back and forth between 2000 and 2030, 2040? Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Looks like we get about a $40 range on the Russell. 40. I don't know what the ATR on it is, but the angle of this 21 coming down looks like an opportunity for us to go up and retest it and then make a decision if we're going to continue to downturn or not. Okay. It is what it is. You got to regain the 200 Russell. If you can't do it, then there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Look at possibly some longer downside plays. Hopefully the Russell doesn't lead us lower. Okay. Basically, same thing I've been saying. We're looking for this kind of a move here to play out, right? 2150 crossover, that's bullish. We're looking for something like this to play out. Something along those lines to the upside. Contrarian, right? Do a 5 burst, right? Which would be something like this. Something like that. Okay. All right. I'm going to burn through these last couple ones just looking at the 30-minute chart because It's just cycles, like waves, right? Up cycle, down cycle, up cycle, down cycle. We made a low, we made a higher low, we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, up, 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 up. Now with this thing, that trend line is going to be important. We're also just creating a nice little wedgie to wedge, wedge, wedge. As you can see here, right? We're wedging into something on, this is gold, okay? Crude Oil Futures. Yes, we have this previous demand zone that's sitting down here, right? Broke our wedge, right? Broke our support level. We're back testing it, possibly larger downside moves on crude. Okay. I really thought that we were going to bounce here and chop back and forth, but crude looks pretty heavy. Okay. This is a key supply demand zone, right? 90, let's just call it 94, 96 level, right? We bounced off of it many times. My dog's in trouble. Anyway, so it's crude. ZB, all right, big up day on bonds to pull back. Is this a double bottom? I don't know. But we are definitely downtrending. TLT play is not playing out like I thought it was going to. Okay. The yen gave up the 50-day. So maybe we get another bullish day, right? I would like to see some continued distance, some separation like we did here. So let's see this play right here. This could be very similar to it. Get some separation going. Big downside moves or big upside moves for US futures. All right, let me just check in one thing here real quick and we will get going. Unemployment claims came in well below estimates. Bullard is going to be speaking in approximately 15 minutes. Yellen an hour and a half later. That's when we release the natty gas storage. Consumer credit at noon. That is it. I'm not seeing the rest of the Fed speakers coming through. All right. Let's do this real quick. I want to look at our weekly little bread and butter list, pre-market, right? Apple big ups yesterday, AMD. We will get it. We're going to dive into AMD a little bit more. This snow line is super powerful. That 105.75 rejection, just incredible. We do have a rising 50, rising 21, lowering 200, right? So we're doing the 200 retest on all of the lower time frames right now. We got to start getting some closes back above that 200 for us to go long. We keep rejecting it, then eventually we're just going to knock ourselves out and just go in a tailspin, okay? I will be looking deeper into AMD, Apple, NVIDIA, right? We're retesting that. We're trying to get back above the lower time frame 200s, right? Kind of like the SPY did here. It's not even the 200, that's a 50-day, right? After hours in pre-market, we finally got our moving averages stacked positive again. 21's above the 50. However, we failed it, right? It's going to be kind of sketchy. That Microsoft chart is so clean. All right, let's get into it. This is the Flow Index. This is smart money, dark pool, block trade, algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. The Flow Index tracks large institutions, hedge funds, smart monies, dark pools, regular block trades, right? And it's created its own leading predictive indicator. This is the Flow Index. That's that purple line you see. Green bars are price action. Red lines across the screen are regular block trades. Blue lines across screens are dark pool block trades. Then this white line is a good time. Just kidding. What it means is that there's a regular and a dark pool that are printed on top of each other. And throw a line up on your screen for that level, major inflection point. Keep an eye on it. See what happens when price interacts with it again. Okay. GM, failed bullish divergence. It's going to happen, but it's going to take a minute. Maybe today, GM news that I mentioned earlier, okay? Okay. Let me get through my good mornings. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Terry. Morning, Billy. Morning, Johnny. Morning, Orlando. Morning, Snell. Welcome. DJ, what's up, brother? And let's get through these, shall we? I'm looking personally at Mara. You want to check out Costco. Check out Tesla. Netflix, Roblox, Snow all on the downside. Okay. All right, with Mara. Why am I looking at Mara? Because we have 15-minute bullish divergence, meaning that the flow index, they're net buying, right? Smart money's buying into this position. Price action is coming down. That point of divergence right around that $25 level. Price will rise back up to play out that divergence, right? Price follows the flow index. The flow index doesn't follow price. Okay, flow index sets price. Okay, I like that divergence up to 25. Cup and handle. Nice little move up. I'm looking at Mara for the long term. May invest in that later today or today for a move into Friday. I like trading equities on Friday. A little bit slower moving, a little bit safer as far as being able to manage my risk. Okay, Costco trading 1-to-1, right? Smart money is buying in, like they're net buying Costco, right? Net buying Costco. Nice little bounce off some regular blocks at 575.32 and 569.98. If Costco goes and makes a new high, explores, like I said, I would look at. I mentioned this earlier. Look for a fib retracement to try to get in, right? The level of fib retracement is the tough thing to do it, especially if you're trying to do it pre-market. 318 retrace puts us at 15 5-minute top, as well as 13 EMA touch. We're currently trading at a 60% retracement from this low to this move here. At the open, it could just rip very easily. If it starts dipping down, you got massive support right here at 585. Okay, that's Costco. Tesla, right? It almost filled that gap to the downside yesterday. Big moves down, regular blocks coming in, right? This block came in yesterday at the bell. We're trading, so this micro divergence here, right? We have divergence that occurred right at this level that traded out. The flow index is a little bit of bullishly diverged. Now, you know the deal. You do get a wedge breakout, right? You get the wedge breakout. We got a little bit of bullish divergence happening, right? Just so, it's so new. I can't really even say it's bullish divergence. It's just separation at this point, okay? It's got to fight to get back up to previous highs. So whichever way it fails, so if it fails in back tests and fills that gap to 1,000, that would create a little more separation of the flow index like it did here. See where we have this, that divergence is micro, and then it comes down and creates that big gnarly separation, and the flow index yanks price back up with it. Maybe that kind of move right here setting up. It would do two things. One, it would fill the gap in Costco, so it wouldn't have to revisit this gap in the future. It would create that separation and that elasticity of pulling price up with it that the flow index likes to do. So keep an eye on that. Netflix, this is very interesting, right? Same kind of deal I just talked about with Costco. Look at that bottom right there. That bottom held like 3 times, right? It's like, nope, you're not cracking me. You're not cracking the 362.56 level. Pretty significant. It is fighting its way back up now. It's got some regular and some dark pool levels to get through, but there is that. So that divergence here is traded out, right? We got, like I said, it's the same deal. It's really, really new divergence, but the more separation we can get, the stronger I think those moves are. I'll have to double check, but I think that that's the case. Flow index making lower lows and lower highs. I would look at Netflix maybe making a move back up today. Okay. Contrarian, if it cracks this 362.60 level, then we need to, plot some downside moves. We can do that with the built-in fib tool if we wanted, right? We've got this built in here. Try that again. Okay, we've got a built-in fib tool here. Rally up, we retrace to the 618, hit the 50% retracement from this low to this high, pull back. Now we continue our upcycle, okay? All right, that is Netflix. I'm gonna look at AMD. Look at SPY. Sorry, I'm just kind of picking and choosing some of these. Abivai, do you think it's going to have Billy, you think Abivai is going to continue to move after its rally in the last couple of days? They're net buying into it. Very possibly could be. Roblox. Okay. So one thing I want y'all to know is Flow Index now has the best data. They have the best dark pool data out there. Okay. The Flow Index is now more accurate in its reporting. That's why we're getting some of these moves here, right? Whereas before, remember we had that big divergence on like AMD, Netflix, like there was just like the Flow Index was net selling. It was like a flat line and price was going this way and we're like divergence, right? This is way more accurate data, especially on our 15-minute charts. Okay. So the Flow Index is trading with price, came down, found a base, right? The Flow Index found a base, made a high, and a higher low, doesn't continue to make higher highs and higher lows. 104.36, move up to 107.22, and then we fight our way through these regular and dark pool levels. 107.40 is a key level for AMD. If it can get back above it, then it can chop suey its way up out of it, up 110.50, and then we've got some, a little bit of blue skies up there. Down, up, and down. So this support level hold 101.79. I've been in 100 puts for an AMD for 2 weeks now. I don't think it's going to crack that psychological line in the sand. And every time it gets down here, it popped hard. Popped hard. Not popped hard, but popped hard. So keep an eye on the Flow Index. So we have a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, etc. Okay. 1 minute perspective. Net selling occurred. Right? Some net selling occurred. Micro divergences traded out. Flow Index came down, higher lows and higher highs on the way up. On the way up, right? down, all the way up. If we make a lower high, and look at bringing AMD back down. Down, up, oh. These blocks up here should act as magnets. Looks like this is the only block that came in yesterday, 104.38. This is when it came in. It got absorbed, pulled back up, finished trading it out, Yeah, AMD is just, it's just going to take a second to kind of figure out its ways. Remember, now we looked at the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is pulled back, and it should be, we should get some strength out of it today, right? Or it gets super ugly. Okay. The SPY, this is pretty significant bearish divergence. See how the flow index, they started selling out of these positions, right? As price came up, we had that divergence, right? Price came up to the flow index level and started selling out. Price is trading with the flow index, right? This divergence that occurred here, right? Traded out. Now the flow index came down, it found support, made a higher low, or made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Now, we can wait till we get directional again, right? Which would make sense. Give the the flow index time to make up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Because this, when you see green shading, bullish divergence, red shading, bearish divergence, right next to each other, that's just chop. It's like congestion. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's confused. It's trying to create a bigger move. Now, there is an argument that this is a okay. There's an argument that this is a bear flag. Okay. It could be a 1, 2, 3 Wu-Tang Dow reversal, or it could be a bear flag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kick back and wait till the flow index decides what it wants to do. If it comes out and makes a higher high, then it's a Wu-Tang reversal. If it rejects and continues to consolidate, could be a bear flag. So I'm not going to be directionally biased on the SPY. I'm just going to give the SPY a couple days off, let it go on vacation, thank it for doing a good job, and go over here and look at maybe like ABVI or anything that is clearly a directional play. Mara, for example. Okay. ABVI, like I just mentioned, they're net buying into this, right? It can continue to pull price up with it. Possible white line at 168.91. If the flow index starts taking profit and selling out of their position, then you need to look at these downside magnets, right? 162, 163, 164 as potential pullbacks, right? The flow index would let us know first, right? Just like it did here, right? It would let us know. Okay. So with that being said, this is like, I don't see any reason to not be continued bullish on it, right? Right, we fell off, but the flow index was still above it, right? How it's got pulled price back up to it, fell off, pulled price up, fell off, pulled price up, right? Pulled back, pulled price up, fall off, pull price up. Okay, ABVI looks pretty decent. All right, next up on the list is Roblox. Roblox looks like a just nightmare. The same deal, right? It's just kind of trying to figure out what it wants to do. It did make a lower low, lower high. So it made a high, made a low, made a lower high, made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? It's just, it's nasty. I want clean, clear direction. To be honest with you, I'm not going to trade Roblox. There's just not, 45, 50, 50, 45. You could do the up and down and up and down and up and down again, maybe $5 each way. But then the one time it breaks the cycle and continues lower, then you're stuck. So not gonna. I'd rather find something else to trade. Okay. All right, I gotta run. Sorry, I'm out of time. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dark Pole Algo. I am here every morning, Monday through Friday, at 8 o'clock Eastern. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. While you're there, turn on notifications. That way you get notified anytime I put out a new video. I'm going to be working on trying to put some videos out in the next little while. Just real quick, so if you want to take a screenshot of this is that SI snow. We have bullish divergence on snow. The flow index needs to make a higher high, but I think it can pull it back up to fill the gap, especially if the market is bullish today. Home Depot, after this massive sell-off, we have very bullish divergence, right? I would look at Home Depot for a move back up, even though they did get downgraded. I thought I saw something. Yeah. HD got cuts their target to 350 from 400, right? They're trading at 300. Okay, they've got, 350 is moved back up for Home Depot. PAG, not sure what they are, but the flow index, I can't. I want to find directional plays. Home Depot could be fun. Snow could be fun, right? This is Sony. Sony looks bullish as like all get out, right? Got a gap to fill. Psychological $100 level. Sony looks great. I don't know what this ADM is, but ADM looks good too, right? There's some bullish plays out there. Okay. Have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay green, and hit me up in the comment section below if you got any questions, comments, or concerned, or if you just need to reach out to me for anything. Discord link, I don't have it. I don't have it. Tell you what you can do is, here's a link for a free trial of FlowTrade. Come join me in FlowTrade if you want. I don't have my Discord link really available. I don't even have Discord turned on right now. I gotta run. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you.